For those of you who are required to view this film for whatever reason, I would like to clear the air first. I would like to ask you to put aside the emotions that you feel about me, about the situation, about espionage in general. It's important to let you know, and foremost important, is that espionage is a very real thing.
It hit the news like an international spy thriller, transposed somehow, strangely, into country roads and backyards from Norfolk to California. It was all there. The neatly lettered instructions from the KGB pointing to a rendezvous on a country road, the coded symbols, the spy camera. Soon, in early June 1985, another retired Navy man, Jerry Whitworth, was also implicated. Then John Walker's brother, Arthur, and finally, John's son, Michael, a seaman aboard USS Nimitz, was arrested. To make it even more puzzling, Michael had received a Superior Performance Award from his ship. They were our people.
A lot of people tend to just put it off as something that happens in another sphere, another world, another plane. But it's very real, and it happens every day. It's happening right now. As far as anyone suspecting me of committing this crime, that was completely out of the question. Nobody ever suspected me of stealing documents from any of the commands that I was assigned to, mostly because of the way I carried myself. I didn't look like a spy. I didn't do anything out of the ordinary in relationship to my job, which was basically handling classified information. So it wasn't difficult to take something off a computer, make a copy of it, right under their noses, and carry on my normal duties. The most heartbreaking thing about getting involved in that was I was taken for a serious ride. And I mean like this. My father promised me, I'm not sure why he said this, but he had promised me about $5,000 a month for your basic espionage provider, which was me. During my entire espionage career, short-lived as it was, long for some people though, I received a total of $1,000. I lost my wife, lost my dog, lost my car, my house, my dignity.
The Soviets gained significant insights into U.S. intelligence sources and methods. They gained significant insight into U.S. naval tactics, information sufficient for the Soviets to develop countermeasures. If Walker had been scared off just once by having someone question his right to remove material from his building, the course of history might have been changed. In this whole equation of spy versus security systems, there is one more important component: people. Vitaly Yurchenko, the KGB defector who redefected, went back to the USSR. He was extensively debriefed. The Walker case was, he said, the greatest case in KGB history. We deciphered more than 1 million of your messages. If there had been a war, we would have won it.
We all went out together, and, you know, we went on the beach together, and it would have been the same thing if I found out that one of them had gotten killed in an automobile accident. I would have felt the same way. I guess I was really hoping that, no, this couldn't be true. This could not be happening, not to the Navy and not to the country.
You know, he was my best friend in the Navy. To this day, when I tell somebody that, you know, my best friend is in jail for spying, it still knocks me back. I don't know how to react to myself hearing myself say those words.
Remember, to all outward appearances, John Walker, Jerry Whitworth, and the others were typical Americans, people like you and me.